The spiritual path is not an easy road to walk. It's only for those warriors who feel a deep desire, a yearning to know the truth and to live the truth in their life as how they show up in the world. And there's a lot of things out there on all the media that put this idea that it's all this love and bliss and light and it's all easy and just manifesting what you want, you know, focusing your thoughts and doing these things and you'll just have an effortless life and having everything that you want. And in many ways, this is true. It really is. We're here to love our life. And as we come into that mastery of who we are, life synchronizes with us, bringing us right into our dreams. To everything you dream is possible. It's totally real for you. It can come to you. It can become your life, like it has mine. I live in one of the most amazing, beautiful places in the world. And I've got family and community and love, building a paradigm here of a new world, living into it every day. And I love it. I love being here. I love this place. I love this holy mountain, this sacred crystal river here. I love this place, and it's been my home for about 10 years now. And it truly is one of the most beautiful and magical places in the world. And I'm so blessed to be here. And I wanted to live this life. I reached for this. I asked for this. I desired this. And it keeps coming. And I keep building on what I desire and what I dream. How I want to show up. How I want to be in this world. I want to fucking love my life. Love being here. I want that for you too. That's why we're here. I know it. But this warrior way, the spiritual path, requires us to dive deep into the darkness of our own stories, of our energy, our patterns, our traumas, all the things. So awakening, however you come to it, through plant medicines or retreats or just instant awakening experiences or meditation, is really just the beginning. That's the beginning of the spiritual path. And then the work comes. And the work is confronting all those things that we've come from, confronting all the patterns, the stories, the energetics, the programs of this 3D matrix that we have grown up in. It's very powerful, the paradigm of limitation, the paradigm that's been telling you that you're not God, that you're not free, that you can't do what you want. This is the other paradigm that's here, this 3D matrix that's been perpetuating for thousands of years in humanity. It keeps us in this limited version of reality, a limited version of ourselves, and not really allowing the truth of who we are, that soul essence, that divine God, goddess that you are, to come through, to be experienced here in your body, in your fullness, in your experience. And it takes work. It takes the willingness to keep showing up every day. And what happens, I think, for most everybody, is it happened for me, is out of whatever darkness of our life, right? We come in through this 3D matrix, this world of where everything's just given to us. This is how it is. This is your paradigm. This is the belief systems. We grow into that and we're living that. And for those lucky few, and increasingly more on the planet, we're paving the way and making it easier and easier. More and more are coming into this new reality that's actually very ancient. We're bringing that ancient and that quantum here together. That's why all our technologies and all our understanding is becoming much more mystical and sounding very much like the mystics and the indigenous have been saying for thousands of years. We're starting to realize it. It's very exciting. It's becoming our mainstream understanding of reality and what we really are. And there's this time where life lifts you up. I just felt like I was lifted up into the grace of a very high life. Similar to what I'm describing here, living in one of the most amazing places in the world and just all this abundance and freedom and all these things. It's just falling so in love with life. It was like the spiritual honeymoon. And that lasted for quite a few years for me, like a decade. But there came a point where the real work, the real spiritual warrior initiation began to happen within myself. And you might find yourself in this situation now. I think collectively, because we really are all connected. So whatever is personal for me is actually a part of this collective experience that we're all having here together. So I'm just here speaking the truth, helping to spread and expand this vibration, this reality of what we really are and what's really possible within this life, within this human experience, and to be God embodied here in form. And then we can live in this God mode. It's a state of consciousness that's actually pure awareness, freedom, and potential, and joy, and bliss, and whatever your unique vibration, your blueprint that wants to come through you. See, when you do the work to heal through feeling everything that's real, everything that's here, showing up every day in gratitude and in grief. This is the work of the warrior on the path. And it's not easy, because we have to be willing to confront and feel and own up to everything that's been hiding in our shadow that we haven't been able to see. We maybe still can't see it now, but it's just showing up in our reality. You might just wake up and be hating life or feeling like there's just no point of it all. Might be feeling really lost. Just telling you it's okay. I'm here telling you it's okay. Whatever you're feeling, whatever you're experiencing, you got it. You're strong enough to handle this, because that's why life is bringing it to you right now. And you've had this grace, these moments of awakening, or large parts of your life perhaps, of living in an expanded reality. And now here you are, back in your contraction, back in the place that you come from, back in the patterns, the limitation. And it's painful. As soon as you know that you can be more, and then you find yourself back in this limited version of yourself, oh man, it's terrible. Honestly, I don't like it. I hate it. I don't like being a limitation. I feel like God's like shoving me down into the body, being like, here, live this. But this is where the juice is. And this is our job, is to bring our God essence down fully into our self, into our humanness, and all of our real and raw depth and darkness and hatred and grief and despair and sadness, and all of our bliss and joy and freedom, our power. It's all here together. And if you try and cut off any part, you try and get rid of any of those things and just shove them away, all you're doing is decreasing your bandwidth to the God energy, to the source energy. You're limiting your bandwidth the more that you refuse to allow whatever is wanting to be felt and experienced right now in this moment. And the only way to find freedom, to freedom from your suffering, freedom from your patterns, freedom from your problems, whatever it is that's going on, the only solution really is in surrender, deep surrender to what is, the willingness to really feel it all within yourself, hiding nothing, pushing nothing away, resisting nothing. You just welcome it all in. This is surrender. And what happens is the ego, the pattern, the story dissolves, integrates. It has no power anymore. Your problems lose their hold on you. They really were just hijacking your consciousness, your state, your frequency, these patterns that have been passed down to us, that we've taken on and said, this is real, this is what I am, this is what I believe, this is the only thing that's possible. Where did you get those from? It's a good question. And are you willing to surrender those? Can you surrender even more? Can you surrender into feeling terrible, feeling like shit? Can you surrender into hating everything? I've been there. I know what it's like. I know there's a way through. The way through is to feel it, is to surrender into this moment. Just be present with what is. It's so powerful. You are so powerful. Because you are everything. You are God, Goddess. You are the source. We're right here. It's right here. So it's not easy, but it's worth it. It's phenomenal. It's amazing to be what you are, to be living as the truth, and to realize this beautiful power of surrender. It's like a word we don't, associate with something amazing, right? And we don't, right? It's like, oh, just more surrender. I surrender, right? It's like, ah. But what comes when you really do that? It's the grace, the energy, the bliss, the peace of what we really are. That's only when it can really descend. It's sort of like, I feel like there's two paths in that, and they're both amazing. They're both essential. Because one is bhakti, devotion, love. Because you just keep tuning in to love, the love frequency. And I do this every day, whenever I can remember. Wake up, give praise to the sun, to the earth, Father, Mother, for the gift of being alive. When I walk out in the beauty of the wild, so grateful. Love you. I love you, sacred river, holy mountain. I love you. I love it here. Thank you, body. See, that raises our frequency. That tunes us into who we really are. To be in that devotion, that bhakti, that worship, that prayer. We're living, embodying that prayer of gratitude and love and whatever it is we're desiring in life. And you have to cultivate that. You have to build that muscle, that open that bandwidth to receive more and more and more and more, perhaps never ending. I got this message from the divine once when I was really awakening to this capacity to be in the God mode, to really come into the heart, into that higher heart, going beyond the 3D, fully embodying our divine essence and feeling that, feeling the presence, the love, the peace just radiating out through me from my heart out into all of life around me. And the message was something around, this is why you're here. I've had several of these cosmic messages coming about our purpose here on the planet. Mine, yours, spiritual warrior's purpose is to learn to be connected, to be in this God mode and increasing our bandwidth, and just keep opening that bandwidth to allow more source energy to flow through us without dissolving into it. That was a message. Just keep expanding your ability to be a channel of divine energy, of God, of love, of pure presence, and don't dissolve into it. Be here in the body, be an embodiment of this. Because you could just go so much into the light, to the energy, the love, the bliss of the one, that you just are gone. You're just back immersed into the source that we come from, that we live within, that all of life is. So that's what I'm here for. I think that's what you're here for. That's why you're listening to me. That's why you've been drawn to this message and to my work. That you're here to be the source. You're here to tune in to your higher self, to learn how to live into this God mode, how to be God here in form, fully embodied. And the path is through that devotion, that bhakti, falling in love with your life, following your bliss, raising into those highest frequencies of potential, and then bringing that down into your darkness, fully embodying that, going through all your patterns and your traumas and the stories, these programs, and integrating them as they show up. And I also teach this spiritual alchemy practice you can learn to, you can speed this up, to really accelerate this process within yourself. But whether you do that or not, life is going to present you with your trauma, with your drama, with your patterns. It's going to trigger you. People are going to show up, show you your shadow, show you what pisses you off, what causes you to feel great grief or shame. And it's all good. It's all a part of you. But it's not the whole story. And that you that's beyond all of that, that pure presence, pure awareness, the source God that you are, can welcome all that in. Integrate that. Integrate these patterns. This is the work. This is why you're here. Keep showing up, being willing to surrender your thoughts, your stories, your needs, your desires, in order to be more of what you really are. And then what you want, what you dream of, why you're here, the magic synchronistic flow of co-creation, that's when it can really come in. That's when it becomes really potent in your life. Because now you're walking through as this pure vibration of what you really are. And now intentions, desires, I mean, you're not even trying to manifest anymore. That becomes like a not needed thing in a way. It's only the limited self that's trying to manifest things. As your true self, you just are, and you know, oh yeah, I'm just this, I'm that, you know, whatever it is. And life is just flowing and responding. It's really beautiful. We're in this co-creative dance now with each other. So it's not easy, but it's all right. This is why you're here. Just feel the fear, feel the grief, feel the pain, feel all the stories that we've been holding as humanity, which is a part of our story. It is a part of our human experience and existence, and it's something we can heal. We can rise above it and come even more deeply into it, living more fully embodied in the truth of who we are as the God, Goddess, divine essence that we are. Just breathe into that. You can break free from the 3D and be what you really are. Be the source. Be willing to feel everything that shows up in your human experience with compassion, with grace, with love, with deep surrender. Oh, love you so much. Wish you so many blessings. And I'll see you in the next one.